Hey, what's up, everybody? It is day 11 of 31 and 31. And Zach, I got a question for you. Hey, you're itching too much. I got a question for you. Do you want to be, you don't want to be like those dogs in that movie, right? Right? No, you like being where you're at? Like being happy? Do you like dogs? If you like dogs, I probably wouldn't watch this movie. My hair is a goddamn fucking mess again. As you can see, Mr. Zach over there, he's a happy dog, and how many times, and he's itching a lot. But I don't know how many times I had to look in this movie and look over these two living their like extremely pampered life. I'm like, that could have been you. It could be you up there. Do you know that could be you, Zach? Zach, hey, Bubba's. Did you know that could have been you up there? You could have been an experiment somewhere. Oh, yes, lots of love. But yeah, this is a rough watch. Plague Dogs is a rough watch, man. It's sad. It's really sad. The horror comes from the psychological trauma that you're going to get while watching this movie if you love your dogs. Basically, the movie is about a couple of dogs that are like the opening fucking scene of this movie is a dog struggling to fucking swim inside a little fucking tank that they put him in, and then he almost drowns, and they fucking resuscitate him like, oh, you lasted longer than yesterday. Like, that's the way you open the fucking movie. And the director of this film also is doing another film that's going to be on this series that I just can't fucking wait to watch. That one I have seen before, but it's been so long that I'm like, oh, I'll include it in it because even though it's kind of like this one where it's a little more of a drama than anything else, it's still fucked up. And this is not so much horror. It's kind of put in the drama category, but it's got some pretty horrific things that happen in the movie. But basically, you have two dogs that are like lab experiments, and they escape, and then it's basically kind of following them around as they go through the seasons, and they try to survive, and they try to figure out why the fuck people have done this to them. And it's very kind of like light on the story because it's just kind of experiences, and they eventually meet a fox named Todd, and yeah, I was like going through and I was kind of like trying to figure out where the story was going to go. And so I do what I do sometimes when I'm like looking at a movie and I'm just like, well, where are we going with this? And like I'll read ahead, and then it's like Todd separates from them. Something happens to Todd that isn't a separation. I guess you could call it separation, but I wouldn't call it that. And it's just like it's kind of like tragedy after tragedy, and the ending is so fucking like sad. It's ridiculous. But is it a good movie? I put it right in the middle. I think it's a good movie. It's not a great movie, and I think that it's just kind of the lack of story bits. Like it just kind of where it goes because it's just basically watching these two dogs struggle and survive. That's what the whole movie really is. And it's crazy with all the stuff and the lab people trying to get them back, and then all these, and there's a reason why it's called Plague Dogs. They explain it towards the end of the movie. And whether it's true or not, I don't know. It's kind of like left up to you. Even the ending is like left up to you onto what the fate of the dogs are. But it's well acted. The voice acting is pretty damn good for its time. This is like 1982, I want to say, somewhere around there. I think it got a US release in 88. There's two cuts to it. There is a UK cut and there's an American cut. I watched the extended cut, which was available on YouTube, but I don't think it's quite the UK cut. I think it's just a little bit longer than the US cut. Where are a couple scenes. There's especially one scene where it kind of implies in the UK cut that they ate somebody. They actually ate a guy, where I didn't see that in this. So it's kind of like, again, it's a little all over the place in what it does. But what it does do, it hits pretty hard when it hits really hard. You do like the characters. The animation is beautiful for the time. I love the way the dogs look and the way the dogs move. Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just rough. No pun intended. So I'd give it a solid 3 out of 5, dead sheep. which is terrible to give it that type of review. But it's like I said, it's not bad. It's just not. I wanted it to hit more, I guess, than it actually did, and it's available on YouTube for free with ads. So hey, I got off the Tubi train for a day. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Anything else, Zach? You got anything else to say? No, he doesn't. All right. Well, we'll catch you next time in Always 31 and 31 reviews. See you soon.